So we're gonna do some, like, I don't want to call it wrestle up stuff. We'll probably play it for some different positions. We're gonna play De La Riva tonight, and then we're gonna work on coming up for a single. Actually, no, I'm gonna do like a single drag first, and then we'll probably play off of that. So, yeah, that's fine. So I could be feet on hips, right? I'm gonna get myself, so lift my hips, get onto my right hip. Notice I'm by his foot, okay? I could be in his biceps, but just for sake of playing, I got double sleeve control, feet on hips. Lift my hips up, out to the side. I'm gonna break this off. I'm gonna swing it underneath his leg, okay? I like to move this arm from the inside to the outside here, specifically so I don't give him an easy out to just push this knee down, okay? Now, there are times I'm gonna switch that depending on what my sweep's gonna be. But right now, I really want it on the outside because I'm immediately gonna push his rear leg and sit up, okay? So he might pick his head up and drop his butt down, right? It's normal, so I can't elevate him, okay? I'm immediately gonna push that thigh/knee out and sit up. But I wanna make sure I don't give him an underhook to knee cut me, okay? So I'm gonna take my right leg and push, and then immediately sit up. Here, so my foot is stuck to the inside of his leg, left foot comes down and blocks his heel. Wrap tight. I don't want an avenue for him to put his arm through, okay? I have his sleeve. I'm gonna pass that under his groin here, get both hands on it, okay? From here, I'm just gonna drag sweep him first. Probably the easiest way to get a positional change, okay? So 2 hands on the one grip. If he tries to rip this out, it's not gonna happen. He doesn't have good leverage here. Once I have it under his leg, even if he pulls here, it's gonna be difficult, okay? My right hand is gonna grab his collar here. I'm immediately just gonna drag him to the mat, okay? He's gonna land on his left shoulder, he's gonna complain too.
Are you far side collar or?
Far side collar, yes. And I'll change the angle here so you can see it. I'm gonna drag here, and I have this push down to the mat, okay? With this collar, okay? So I can pass behind him or I can pass through the front. Grab here, switch, open his legs, and finish in side control. So we'll go this way. So here, swing, De La Riva hook, okay? Right? Now, I'm gonna extend and switch my grips, okay? So extend this leg and sit up hard. Here, wrap, tight. Get my head in tight so he can't just sneak that underhook in. I don't want it loose. He puts that underhook, I'm gonna get killed, okay? Tight, the double sleeve grip, okay? Once I transition off, we go right to the collar. He'll never pull out of that now. So if he tries to posture, it's just not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna keep everything connected the way that it is. Left leg is folded, drag into the mat. Here, put my weight, so my knee's behind him. I'm gonna put my shoulder on his thigh. Here, okay, so we're almost like in a smash pass. Okay, so pressure under his head. I'm gonna switch my hips here, and then pull his leg up and finish into side control, okay? Any questions there? Anybody? Super effective, and it's not very hard to get into. Probably one of the easier techniques. Some of you will have trouble sitting up at first. We'll talk about ways you can assist yourself in that if you're not used to it. I want to time my sit up with the extension of his leg. I don't want to do them as 2 separate pieces because it becomes much, much harder to sit up on. Does that make sense?
So you're saying it's just one fluid motion, so you start.
As he's extending, it's so much easier for me to sit up.
Okay.
If I let him extend his leg all the way and then I wait, and I'm like, oh, now I'm going to sit up, it's harder.
Right.
Okay, because especially if he tries to push back into me. So the moment that I transfer his weight to the back, if I sit up with that, it's much easier. Okay. Very important that I fold my De La Riva hook down to block his ankle or his Achilles so that he doesn't turn his leg out. Okay? I'll show you what I mean. Let's go this way so you can see that. So, here, right? So when I push out, if I just push out here, and now I try to sit up, see how it's hard?
Right.
My leg's kind of in the way, So get your position again, right? So he might be working for grips. I'm just gonna push out, up, right away tight. Make that transfer, okay? The next thing is, I don't wanna leave this here, because even if I wrap, he's gonna push in with his knee and circle your knee, right? I don't want that either. I don't want a transfer of position there, okay? I wanna be super tight, like a shoulder right on it, so he can't get his underhook. That's also why I have the leg on the outside, because I can open his arm a little bit. It allows me to shoot my hand in without him beating me. Does that make sense?
It does.
If I were to try to do that with his arm on the inside, he might end up in underhook position. Okay, show that too. So, say I have this here. I push out and try to sit up. I'm gonna put myself right into an underhook. Okay? See what I did? No good. He's gonna win that battle 9 times out of 10. Okay? Unless I'm just so much better, you know what I mean? So we wanna make sure, if I keep it on the outside, I can open that a little bit as I sit, and then transfer in for my grip on his leg, okay? Important to fold this in tight, so I'm kind of like this, with my leg extended, right? So I'm holding, pulling the sleeve. Drive the sleeve down, get the 2, then I can switch, okay? Some of you will have trouble keeping the foot on the hip at first, or on the thigh, that's fine, we'll work on it, okay? A lot of it is just timing. If you don't time the extension and the sit-up, it's going to be very hard, 1, to keep your foot on his leg, and 2, for you to sit up at all, okay? Especially if you're a bigger person. It's not hard if you time the 2 together, because the transfer of weight's almost going to pick you up. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.